Last week, I had the time of my life flying through canyons along the Green River and Colorado River, and then along the shores of the gorgeous Lake Powell en route to Page. In this video, I fly over the Glen Canyon Dam and then drop down to Marble Canyon for breakfast.
Alrighty, Page, Arizona. This was a beautiful, somewhat relaxing stop. So we're gonna make a short hop first thing. Or we're gonna fly over Glen Dam, get a little aerial tour. 120.625.
Yes. Altimeter 3021. Remarks. Density altitude 5,200. Thunderstorm. Information not available. Page Municipal Airport. Automated weather observation 1339er Zulu. Wind 250 at 03. Visibility 10. Sky condition clear. Temperature 16 Celsius. Dew point -04.
So there's a little crosswind, but it's most closely aligned with 33, so that's 33 from 250, that's 80 degrees, so it'll be mostly off the left. So 33, so I will take off that way, the way I landed yesterday, but I'll have a little less, well, no, yeah, there wasn't much wind then. It was well aligned more down the runway though than what this is right now, but it's only a couple knots. All right, this tank is on. We're not going to touch it. That one's off, full, because we're just going to Marble Canyon and we're going to get breakfast there. Page traffic, Luscombe 1813 kilo, taking off runway 33. I'm going to do a left turnout and do a couple orbits over the dam and then depart the area to the south, Page.
Just for a little context, today's flight occurs right here in the middle of the southwestern United States in northern Arizona, just northeast of the Grand Canyon. Today's flight was short, but interesting, fun, and beautiful. I took off from Page, then circled around Glen Canyon Dam several times. After that, I headed south and dropped down into the northern end of Marble Canyon, where I circled above the airport before making an exciting approach close to the rugged terrain on my way to a good landing on a skinny and rough runway.
Woo! Yes! All right! Woo! Down!
Like many bodies of water around the world, Lake Powell was created by the blocking of a river with a dam. In this case, the river is the mighty Colorado, and the dam is the Glen Canyon Dam. Page, Arizona, a town of around 7,500, began as a housing community for workers and their families when work on the Glen Canyon Dam was begun in 1956. The Glen Canyon Dam was built over a 10-year period from 1956 to 1966. It's a whopping 710 feet tall, the fourth tallest dam in the United States, and 1,560 feet across. Building a dam at this location was considered decades earlier, but the Hoover Dam was built instead. Eventually, another dam became necessary, and so the project in Glen Canyon moved forward. The dam has a capacity of just over 1.3 gigawatts. Environmentalists have complained about the dam since it was built and continue to do so, even arguing for its removal. The dam's proponents tout its energy production and the buffer it provides against drought. Quite fascinatingly, Lake Powell didn't fill to capacity until 1980, 14 years after the dam was completed. At the time of this flight, there was another power plant nearby, the 2.25 gigawatt coal-fired Navajo generating station. In December of 2020, just a couple months after I finished this trip, its smokestacks were demolished, and it will be completely decommissioned over the next few years. Lee's Ferry is a point on the Colorado River just downstream from Page, where one can easily cross the river from both sides. It's the only such spot for hundreds of miles. It's named after John Doyle Lee, a man who operated a ferry there in the mid-19th century. The ferry operated for 55 years until a bridge was built, making crossing the river by car much easier. Today, whitewater rafters commonly put in at Lee's Ferry. Marble Canyon stretches from this point to the confluence with the Little Colorado River about 60 miles downstream. It has been proposed to dam Marble Canyon, but the project never moved forward, primarily because of opposition from the Sierra Club. John Wesley Powell was a geologist and explorer who lived during the last two-thirds of the 19th century. He's famous for his 3-month-long trip down the Green and Colorado rivers, and it was after him that Lake Powell was named. He himself named Marble Canyon. Although he knew there was no marble in the canyon, he observed, "The limestone of the canyon is often polished and makes a beautiful marble. Sometimes the rocks are of many colors, white, gray, pink, and purple, with saffron tints."
Marble Canyon traffic, Luscombe 1813 kilos on a 45 for a left downwind for runway 3, Marble Canyon. Okay, so there's pattern altitude. Haven't heard anybody else. Marble Canyon traffic, Luscombe 1813 kilo, turning left downwind for runway 3, Marble Canyon. There's heat. I'm at midfield already. There's the end of the runway. Marble Canyon traffic, Luscombe 1813 kilo, left base, runway 3, Marble Canyon. And no one's on final there. No one's talking. Marble Canyon traffic, Luscombe 1813 kilo, final, runway 3, Marble Canyon. Woohoo! Okay, don't look at the awesome canyon right below me. Yeah, see, I'm high. But it's a long runway, I think. So. Yeah, our speed's good now. Going downhill here, not slowing down as much as I'd like to, but that's all right. There we go. Little bit of braking. Oh, that's a tour plane. I guess it was pretty big from the air. All right, no more brakes. We're good to go. And there's a restaurant where I'm going to eat. Yeah, I'll get out. I'll get out and turn it around by hand. All right, we're here.
So just had a pleasant flight over from Page here to Marble Canyon. It's pretty fun. I love getting in close to the canyons and the river and the rocks. It's pretty awesome. And it was a pretty nice flight, pretty straightforward. And it's not busy here, no one's here. The runway is really bumpy. I just did a regular pattern entry, but the thing that wasn't regular is that I flew really low over some of the descending hillside from the big cliffs there behind me. So that was pretty cool. And then the runway slopes down a little bit toward the end, so I had to use some braking because I just kept coasting. Of course, I came in fast and high as always. So, well, I don't always come in fast, but I tend to come in high. So, but it worked out fine. I did a little slip and made a real good landing. And now I'm going to have some breakfast at. There's a little restaurant just across the highway, right over there, right behind me. And so I'm going to go get some breakfast, and then the big one, going to fly over the Grand Canyon, which is going to be pretty awesome. It'll be midday. It's a little bit after 8 now, so, it'll be 10, 11, so the light, as far as shadows go, won't be fantastic. But on the flip side, you'll see better into the depths of the canyons. But it should be straightforward because it won't be, flying right along a tight river inside canyons. It'll just be straight lines. So then I'm going to land at Grand Canyon Airport just for a break and replace some batteries, and then continue. So it should be a pretty awesome day. The weather, man, I think I've had one delay due to weather, but down here it's been great. And Grand Junction, I got there on a perfect day. There'd been 3 days of rain prior to that, so it's going pretty well, and I'm getting pretty lucky. This is just gorgeous weather here near Page. It's going to be getting hot as I go further south, but that's how it goes. Can't do anything about it. All right. Come back next week when I fly over the Grand Canyon and then try to make it to Sedona in crazy winds, but have to divert due to a crash on the runway.